Welcome to my test kitchen, where my team and I develop, taste, test, and tweak recipes, then release them to the world. Lately, we've been focused on lentils, and there's a lot of great reasons for that. I mean, first of all, lentils are one of the single healthiest foods you can possibly eat. They're just jam-packed with nutrition. And lentils taste good, too. They've got hearty, earthy flavors that just fit in with so many dishes. But today is all about speed, because lentils are also one of the simplest and easiest ingredients to use in your kitchen. So let me show you a recipe that we've developed that's designed to get a whole lot of bright flavor on the table in a hurry. Here's everything you need to fill a great big pot full of speedy flavor. Lentil chili, one of the fastest dishes I know how to make. And does it ever taste good? Step one, too easy. Start by chopping an onion. Then cut up a bell pepper. Now you know your tolerance for garlic, so throw in a couple of cloves, or 3 or 4, or 5 or 6, or maybe 7 or 8. Go for it. Chili is actually named after the chili peppers that anchor the dish. And there are 2 basic ways to approach making chili. You can take the authenticity approach. You can head south of the border, talk to all the right people, get all the right ingredients, buy the cookbooks, do it exactly the way it would be done down there. And then there's the other way, which is quite simply, I'm hungry, I want to get some simple dinner on the table. And frankly, that's what chili is to begin with, because even cooks south of the border are in a rush and need to get dinner on the table as fast as they can. Regardless, though, of what your approach is, it's a good idea to stick to the basic group of ingredients: onions, peppers, chili, tomato, beans, all that sort of thing. And it's also a good idea to toast your chili powder. Here's what I mean. Chili powder is actually one of the world's great spice blends, which means there's more than just chili peppers in here. So by simply tossing the powder in and giving it a stir for a moment or two, you really brighten up the flavors quite a bit while there's still high heat in the pan. Add the chili powder now, you'll brighten up the flavors. And the same thing goes for cumin seed and oregano. And together, these 3 flavors anchor chilies. Chili powder, cumin seed, oregano, very common group of flavors in a great chili. And the good news is, they're fast flavors. Okay, that's plenty of aromatic flavor right there. So now it's time for the body of the chili. And like any good chili, this one relies on several ingredients. First of all, tomatoes. And canned tomatoes, of course, because there's so much more flavor in a canned tomato than in a whole rock-hard red round object from God knows where. Many chilies use things like red kidney beans or black beans, beans in general. But guess what? Lentils are also legumes, and this is a great way to speed things up. There's no shame in canned lentils. Really, all you need to do, of course, is pop the can, but also give it a really good rinse. And when you do, you'll get rid of well over half the sodium that's in this can, but the fiber and the nutrients will stay behind. I like to use whole canned tomatoes. I find they have the most flavor of all, but it's worth taking a second here and busting them up into smaller pieces. Now here's another essential ingredient for chili that also comes in a can. The chili pepper, in this case chipotle pepper, which is a smoked jalapeno pepper, and this particular chipotle pepper is canned in what's known as adobo sauce. It's also extremely spicy. So, what I suggest, start with exactly 1 chipotle pepper, mince it up good, stir it in, and see what you think. If you think it needs more heat, add another one, or another 5. Now here's a non-essential ingredient that is not traditionally found in chilies, but I like adding sweet potato anyway. Wildly healthy, very tasty, and often found in Southwestern cooking. And really the key here is just to peel the sweet potato, then cut it into small pieces. And the smaller the pieces, the better, because small pieces cook faster. And really, the only thing that chili needs now is a little bit of time. Simmering time. And a half teaspoon or so of salt will bring all those flavors together too. At this point, dinner is done as soon as those sweet potatoes soften up. As soon as they get tender, you're ready to eat. And that'll usually take, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, which is plenty of time to whip together a little garnish, some topping for chili. How about some cinnamon sour cream? Half a cup or so of sour cream, big heaping spoonful of cinnamon, stirred together. And cinnamon is a great choice here because it goes so well with so many of these flavors. It naturally goes with sweet potato. It actually complements tomatoes, and it totally works with chili powder. Cinnamon sour cream. Now that's some finishing flavor right there. And speaking of finishing flavor, there's a lot of ways to finish up a chili. Some obvious things like sliced green onions or lots and lots of cilantro, either stirred in or tossed on top. And here's another ingredient that I often stir into chilies, edamame beans, which are another legume, so they're similar to kidney beans or black beans or red beans. But as I'm looking at this chili right now, I'm not feeling it, because this is looking pretty good right now. And I don't know, I just don't feel like stirring anything else into it. And that's part of being the cook. You get to make these choices and decisions. So no edamame, but of course cilantro and green onions sprinkled on top with cinnamon sour cream will go on for sure. First though, let's see how it tastes. Sweet potato lentil chili. Is that ever good? Man, is that good. It just tastes bright. All those great Southwestern flavors. And the chipotle's just right. It's got just the right amount of spiciness to it. Not so much that it's blowing the roof off, but enough that it's there. It's kind of pleasant. And there's no meat in there. Not a drop. And I guarantee nobody at your table is going to miss that. Not one bit. Today's lentils. Get them on your table.